On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Kansas City Chiefs first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mike to 59. Focus, defense, focus. You got to go right here. You got to play big.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled, and then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow.
Yellow. Attack. Finish the game.
Hey, turn it up.
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
Kansas City Chiefs first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check 9.
This is West. And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Check 59. Mike is 15. 59. Here we go.
From the 16, Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked.
Let's go.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 50. Check 50. 36. Hey, watch it. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Deuce. Watch the ship.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
John.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
3rd and long for Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And from down in Miami, an update. It's the Dolphins that have grabbed the early lead over the Jets. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the out. Oh, and now West lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Hey, I 7.
50. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
49, check 49, check 49.
Out, 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 out.
Here we go.
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. About 3 yards there to the 27.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
At the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Leave it, 48.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. It's been a long day for you.
Bravo.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Here's Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Check, 59, 59. Hey, 57.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
And they got the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Chiefs 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. 15. Months 59. Months 59.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Now 3rd down.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
You better bring. 15. Right now, you better bring.
No.
On Sunday.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
That's how we do it.
Stephen Weatherly. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 34-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Jahan, what are you? Max 50. Damn. It's
complete to Diggs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And the Vikings first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Blue jaw quarters. Tight dog. Black.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
3rd and long.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Drop deep. He's screwed through. He's checking crack. First.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They are in the second quarter down in Miami. It's the Dolphins that have grabbed the early lead over the Jets, and we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now Williams. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Check 59, Mike. On Sunday. Come on.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes being chased out left. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me. Hey, 57. Here we go. Mike.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him.
And got his man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 79 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 30 on second down, Mahomes. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Gun! 50, Mike, 50! Stop your whining. Mike's 50, Mike's 50!
Following the interception, Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Go, go! Mike's 50, Mike's 50! Watch the screen, watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Hey, now look at Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh?
So we got man!
Check 99!
Greystone, Travis! Check Ben! Yep. I got you, baby. I got you.
Now a run with Cook. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now Mannion with his first toss since coming in. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Throwing on second down. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
53, Mike.
Go. Clear.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Man.
Hey, echo.
53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
Get it.
Throwing is Mannion. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephen Weatherly picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Watch the slant. Watch 22, man. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Switch it, switch it. Hey, lock it. Switch it. Show it in, show it in. Joker, 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 joker. Slam, slam, slam. Let's go.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Yeah. You don't want none. Check 31. Check 31.
What? Hard. Hey, Zeus. Big grip.
They run it again with Cook. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, orbit.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Not here.
Here's Mannion. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Frank Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The drive begins with a handoff to West. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes flushed out right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, 15.
59. Get your swarm on.
Check 59. Mike is 59. 15.
I got him. Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9". You ain't doing nothing today.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put
Yeah,
there.
didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Down. 90 Wolf.
All day, dog. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS.
61. Matchbox lights.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He won't be ready. He won't be ready.
It's a pickup of 3.
3 quarters in the books. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. Leo.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Safe. Watch the edge. Check nickel.
Ready.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this close to a 1st down at the Chiefs' 38. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a 2nd guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll get it.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Rush in.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, second and long.
Let's see what you got.
Rock it.
Check. Watch twist. Whip.
Hey! Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. Room to run inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Tighten up.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
At the 31-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 40. Alert.
Second and 9 now. Open here, Adam Thielen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Look at me. Zipper.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. So 2 disastrous running plays, and now they face a third and very long.
Check. Back. Look. Squeeze. Deep dribble.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Bailey's kick is good. And that will make the lead now 26. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They begin here with a run by West. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Let's go. Motion.
On the ground, it's West again. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That's a gain of 9. Brings up 3rd
Attack,
and
attack.
7.
Check, check, check.
Hey, Ripley, Ripley.
Scene 6.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
Slam. Yo, 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 go, go.
Here we go, 50, 50. Mike 50.
Bam, bam.
Pick it up. Kill, kill.
Hey, lock it. Shoot.
They'll run with Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Let's get off the field. Bang, 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 bang. Kill, 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 kill.
Hit it.
They try again with Cook. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They go play fake. Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad ain't pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, that make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist while I point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, round it up, count it up. Hey, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her like she can count on him. She try to be nosy and hit on my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey.